That was in the water.
He's kind of just like bathing. There's someone!
Aria,
Oh, so pretty.
did you see this one? That one's hiding.
Samantha. How many do I give them?
Not okay. All right, come on.
No, one more. Look at that one. Oh my God, I don't want to.
Ooh! Look at all these gators. They are huge. Look.
Wait, can we feed these?
I don't think so.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, we can't feed these ones. Oh.
Aria.
He's bigger, I thought. Yeah, I know.
This one.
Yeah, he is. He doesn't look like he's big. Cool.
These are huge. Yeah.
Just throw it?
Yep, let's throw it.
Oh.
All right, do it again. One more time. Okay, that's enough food.
Oh, what just ate it?
Oh, yep, they're eating it. Aria.
Haven't lost anybody yet, have we? That's what y'all are here to see, right? Got some NASCAR fans over there. We'll get to you in a minute. Give me a break. All right. Well, we definitely got one hungry alligator. Do y'all think we ought to ring the dinner bell, attract a couple more? Do y'all want to just watch this one chase me around the whole time? What y'all feeling over there? Well, it sounded like more alligators. Kind of a big jumble of words, but we'll ring the dinner bell, see if we can give them all a heads up. Hopefully all 300 or so do not show up at once. If they do, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. All right, here we maybe go. Let me check this thing again. All right. That is my high-tech alligator call. Yes, never try that. Works a lot better when it warms up. We're getting there though. So about 300 adults out here in the main swamp. These are all nuisance wild-caught alligators. We have got about another 400 worth of their offspring down the path. You guys are looking at close to 700 alligators total on property. Now what's really landed these 300 on this side of the fence though is just kind of being an alligator. What used to be creeks and swamps and bayous is now turning into waterfront property. So just being an alligator has pretty well got some of these guys in trouble. One good thing about them, they are very good at association. Alligators can associate times, places, sounds, even colors. They actually see in color about as well as you and I do. Now, for some reason, pink happens to be their favorite color. Some of you ladies might need to watch out. You too, sir. I see you hiding up there. But it does not take a very big alligator to ruin your day. 6 to 7 feet, which is pretty much the size of all these right here in close proximity. They have a bite force at this small size of about 400 to 500 pounds. Now, the reason that number is significant, our arms and legs tend to start breaking about 450. So this little alligator could do quite a bit of damage. Once they jump up in size to about 10 feet, which this medium-sized fella right here on the bank with his tail in the water, he's right around 10. The bite force on him is going to be about 1,800 to 2,000 pounds. And then in the very back of the swamp, we have an even larger alligator that goes by the name of Captain Crunch. Off the rim. And he has a record for bite force for a male American alligator at 2,982 pounds. And this is true poundage, not PSI. They actually can generate into the hundreds of thousands of pounds PSI or tooth pressure. So he's only going to bite you once. Good thing is he can only hold that bite on you for 20 minutes. Yep, y'all got 45 to kill. He's going to get tired. He'll let go. Y'all can continue with your swim. So, what's been going on out here in alligator world this time of the year? So that's all I wanted. I'm out of here now. It's finally starting to warm up. We had a little bit of a cold spurt this past weekend. Internal body temperatures of 55 and below is the threshold where these guys basically cannot metabolize food. If it's below 55, they cannot eat. They do not eat during the winter. But if you'll notice right now, we've got a bunch of smaller alligators that are showing up. There is a reason for this. If you weigh 150 pounds, you have a lot less mass to bring up to temperature. So you can start eating sooner as we come out of winter. These little ones are also the last ones to eat as we go into winter, all because of their smaller body mass. Now, if you're a big fella, like Buddy down there on the end that's weighing 700 pounds, you need a lot more heat energy to bring your core temperature up. But what's also taking place right now is with this heat energy they are gaining, that big fella, when I say big, you do have to be at least 12 feet or larger out here to have any pecking order status. But the big guys are starting to use that heat energy to chase the girls with. They are still not going to be interested in food. They kind of have a one-track mind. They cannot do both. Fellas, y'all know what I'm talking about. So it is not until June that we see these big heavy hitters showing up to the feedings to get a bite to eat. Also in June, it's going to be 90 to 100 degrees outside, which is what this big alligator needs to heat up and process food properly. That's what happens when you eat too much, people. You can't get out of the pool. He's having trouble. They'll figure it out, though. Now, we're talking about the birds and the bees right now. This breeding season's going to go through about the end of May. But you guys might be wondering, well, hey, which ones are the boys? Which ones are the girls? They look the same to me. Well, you're right. Because alligators are identical on the outside. There is no difference externally between the males and the females, other than size. Ladies, y'all don't get quite as big. You get upwards of about 10 feet. Rarely have they documented a female over an alligator. Kind of reach in, check out the running gear, if you know what I mean. Where's our volunteers at today? I figured a nice juicy neck roast. If you guys are wondering what I am feeding today, we feed, this is a deer, this is off of a deer, the neck off of a deer. But we feed a lot of wild pigs. That's the vast majority of what we feed out here. Feral pigs. If you guys do not have any of those where you are from, just wait there, headed your way. These pigs are a big problem, not just here in Alabama, but across the U.S. They're doing into the billions in dollars in damage to crops and property. So there are a lot of folks trying to get rid of these pigs, not a whole lot of folks eating them. And luckily, we've got 700 alligators that don't mind too much about what they eat. We are actually the #1 pork recycler in the state. And I don't know if anybody else is doing that. We're just claiming the title on it. Y'all got some challengers, send them our way. Now, let's take this food thing a little bit further, talk about how much these guys actually require. About 13.5 feet, probably over 700 pounds. I'm going to say he's a smooth 7 so I can do some easy math. If something big were to come along and present itself to that big alligator, like a pig, a deer, some kids on a field trip, he can actually eat 20% of that overall body weight at one sitting. So if you are 700 pounds, we are now talking 140 pound stomach capacity on that animal. Bet we can get a couple of those bad kids in, couldn't we? Now, if we're at the extreme other end of that, let's say that same 700-pound fellow, we're having a hard go of things, life's a little tough. As long as he gets 10% of that overall body weight, so now we're down to about 70 pounds, that alligator could eat 70 pounds today, and then he could go a year to a year and a half, no food whatsoever, still keeping that lovely figure of his. So kind of shows you how good these guys are at energy conservation. And really this is just the advantage of being a cold-blooded reptile. You don't have to eat every day. You don't have to eat every week. Maybe once a month in the wild you're catching a meal. Their method of hunting is simply lay and wait for things to come to them. So, excuse me, do not hunt things down on land. This is out of character. Them to try and run up here and grab and eat something. They're going to hide that massive frame in pretty shallow water. something comes down here to the water's edge to get a drink, they can then use that powerful tail to lunge about 2/3